65,184 euros. That is the base price of the BMW X3 30e in Austria. The standard X320 starts at 65,110. 74 euros separates the entry-level petrol from 90 kilometers of electric range and 87 more horsepower. Either somebody at BMW made a pricing error, or the standard X3 just became very difficult to recommend. In this dark metallic gray, the kidney grille reads more restrained than the press photos. Slim LEDs extend into the fenders and tie the face together without the aggression BMW has leaned into elsewhere. A single crease runs from the front arch to the rear lamp, pulling the visual mass lower. 20-inch wheels fill the arches. The car looks more expensive than 65,000 euros. The detail that settles the 74 euro argument is inside. The curved display hits first. 12.3 inches for instruments, 14.9 for the touchscreen, merged into one floating panel. BMW covered the upper dashboard in textured cloth instead of leather or soft-touch plastic. In person, it reads more considered than in photographs, catching ambient light differently at every angle. Blue ambient lighting traces the dashboard and door contours. BMW kept the xDrive rotary controller on this generation, the decision that separates the X3 from the 1 Series and X1, where the controller is gone entirely. In a car you live with daily, that physical dial matters. The flat-bottom steering wheel is leather-wrapped, paddle shifters behind it. Picture yourself at 6:30 in the morning, reaching for your phone. The wireless charging pad sits in a deep tray ahead of the gear selector, angled so the phone stays put. That separates a brochure car from a Monday morning car. The lower door panels tell a different story. Hard plastics where your elbow rests on motorway drives. For a car above 65,000 euros, I expected better there. The xDrive controller earns trust. The elbow rest does not. The front seats are sport seats on this M Sport version, firm through the bolsters with enough lateral hold that you stop thinking about them in corners. The driving position sits lower than the GLC and higher than the 3 Series, a compromise that works better than either extreme for daily use. Thigh extensions pull out far enough to support taller drivers on longer runs. Legroom in the rear cabin is up noticeably over the last generation, enough that a 6-foot passenger behind a 6-foot driver has genuine knee clearance. The bench height is comfortable, headroom adequate even under the panoramic glass roof. The center seat works for school runs, not for motorway adults. Rear air vents and USB-C ports are standard. The GLC puts rear passengers higher and further from the road. You notice the difference in posture after 20 minutes. 460 liters of boot space, around 16.2 cubic feet. 110 liters less than the standard X3, lost to the battery underneath the floor. On a Saturday morning with a pushchair and 2 bags, you feel it. The charging cable sits loose. No underfloor compartment to hide it. BMW fitted a net in the wheel arch cavity. Clever for a first aid kit, not for a cable. Fold the seats and you get 1,600 liters, around 56.5 cubic feet, but the surface is not flat. The boot is the strongest case against the 30e. But the conclusion I reached after seeing the full price board is not the one I expected walking up to this car. 295 horsepower from a 2-liter turbo 4 combined with an electric motor in the gearbox. 450 Newton-meters of torque. 6.2 seconds to 100, around 62 miles per hour. 90 kilometers of electric range, around 56 miles. Winter reality sits closer to 65 kilometers, roughly 40 miles. Enough for most European commutes without petrol. The number BMW chose not to improve matters more. 11 kilowatts AC only, no DC fast charging. The Mercedes GLC 300e charges at 60 kilowatts, 10 to 80 in 30 minutes. The X3 30e needs a wall box in 2 hours. That is the ownership question for anyone without a home charger. 65,184 euros, 74 more than a standard X320, with 87 fewer horsepower and 0 electric range. BMW priced the 30e so close to the base car that the decision almost makes itself. The charging is the catch. If you have a wall box, this is the X3 to buy. If you do not, BMW handed that argument to Mercedes. I think BMW knows exactly what it did with the pricing. The 30e is the car they want every buyer to choose. Whether you agree depends on your plug at home. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.